Hello everyone, and welcome to Share the Stage with Maestro Kahchun Wong and the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra. My name is Lin Jiang, and I am the principal horn of the Hong Kong Philharmonic. For this project, we'll be focusing on the first movement of Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony and Wagner's Tannhäuser Overture. In this video, we will work through the selected excerpts and give you some helpful tips and tricks on how to prepare better for your audition. For Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony first movement, we'll be working from one bar before D to the first bar of F. And here, it's all about power and how you can really use your sound to your advantage and really make a big impression on the adjudicators. Now, as you can hear, what I did was making sure I was sustaining everything, keeping the line as elongated as possible, and making sure my rhythm and my articulation is very clear and precise. With that, I think you can do a lot and really show what you have. Make sure never to overblow and push, because we can hear it as adjudicators, and we prefer a big no-boom sound, and this is what we're looking for our integral audition. For the next excerpt, we'll be working from bar 132 to bar 150. And this contrasts to the first excerpt by being more melancholic, a sound of longing. So a very different color, and try to playing with, again, clear articulation, but nothing aggressive, and really playing with the beauty of your sound if possible. For Wagner's Tannhäuser Overture, we'll be working on the first tutti solo that is played together with the clarinets. And what we're looking for here is absolute sustain and beauty in sound. This is pretty much the whole excerpt. Of course, the color and the details of how much you can change and develop in those crescendos as well, very important. But ultimately, it's just how beautiful we can make this. This is from the theme, the Pilgrim's Chorus, which comes later in the opera, which is sung by the choir. And you can imagine it's very divine. It's a pilgrimage, so, very holy, very spiritual. And we want to give that sense of calmness. And to deliver that kind of calmness, we're really looking for how beautiful and how still you can make your sound and how connected you can make this excerpt. As calm as you can physically make it, and also making sure there's no strong articulations or nothing sticking out, so we don't want anything like that. And with the triplets, again, super legato tongue, as legato tongue as you can physically make it. We don't want That's later, and even with the louder version, you don't want it too strongly articulated as well. It has to be beautiful, it has to be noble. So again, all the triplet articulations, really legato tone. Another thing to really be careful of is the evenness of sound. So you don't want to have different sound colors or set changes when you move above into high register or low register. You need to keep it as even as possible. The last piece of advice I'd like to give is that, if possible, listen to as many recordings of the pieces that I talked about today as possible. So if I was preparing for this audition, I'll be going through many different recordings and finding out what I like and what I don't like about certain aspects of the recording and different conductors, and trying to incorporate things that I like into the audition and trying to make it my own. And I think with so many recordings available online and Spotify and free of charge, I think it's a really good idea to really listen as much as possible and to grasp what these amazing artists are doing. So finally, I would want to wish everyone good luck, and I hope you're enjoying preparing for this audition. And we look forward to listening and hearing all the audition tapes come in. Thank you.